Well, time to do a nice narrating stint since I haven't done one in a while. So, yeah, I've got like 11 battles to chug through, and I'd rather get them done before they completely pass through the rectum of my general memory. Now, this was against, what was it, Blish? I think it was Blish. Maybe it was Blish. Yeah, it was Blish. Okay. Their team is quite interesting. The Ferrothorn is quite obviously there because Pharaoh in Rain is like really good. Scissor in Rain's really good. Jolteon, yeah. But it's kind of, you can. Everything makes sense. Everything kind of has its place. I think the entire team hinges around Ferrothorn a little too much, but oh well. Anyway, I'm leading off with Fortress. He's leading off with Sizzle. I don't care because it's a Sizzle, so I'm going to set up some crap. He's going to SD, and I'm worried because it's a Sizzle. So I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks, and then I'm more or less likely going to go to Entei because I have no idea what happens. I'm just going to make some guesses. Yeah, going in Entei. He hasn't set up his rain yet, so I'm confident. I know from before I can take a Brick Break if he wants to go for it. I should be fine. However, he is going to go for a Bullet Punch. Is it Bullet Punch? It's a Bullet Punch. Why would you go for a Bullet Punch, man? I mean, Entei is actually really quick just on its own. Without any speed investment, it hits, I think, what, 240? But even then, I mean, come on, Sizzle. Why don't people invest any speed in Scizor? It isn't that slow, like mega slow. Oh well, so he bullet punches, he dies. Entei tanked the +4 stab technician bullet punch like it was his job, and he's going to bring in Politoed after just wasting a Scizor. So now I'm going to switch out, I'm going to go into Slowking because I can Toxic, T-Wave this thing rather. And it can't really hit me. However, he's going to go for a Hydro Pump. Now, it looks choiced, purely on the basis it doesn't have leftovers, and I don't think I've seen a Life Orb Toad for yonks, really. So I'm assuming choiced. However, he pulls a Perish Song, so Expert Belt, maybe? It's quite nice. Nice way of bluffing the choice, if that's what it is. I go for a T-Wave. I slow him right the fuck down, so his Politoed ain't doing anything. I am conscious that he's probably gonna have Ice Beam in there, so I'm assuming I go to I'm gonna sit in and Scald a bit, get a bit of damage on there. He has no recovery. He does pull a Toxic out of his arse though, so he might not be Expert Belt because that seems incredibly offensive. Well, not incredibly offensive. It seems more offensively oriented when he's just pulled Perish Song and Toxic, so I don't think it'll be Expert Belt, I don't know. Now I'm going to go into Vileplume, because I'm not afraid. He has to switch out now, so I'm not worried in the slightest. And I get to have a free Aromatherapy or Stun Spore. He is going to go into Ferrothorn, however. Oh, I go Sleep Powder. God damn, see, I've been using a new Vileplume with Charm instead of Sleep Powder, so I haven't really taken Sleep Powder into account. Oh, God, this narration sucks. Alright, I'm going to go for Aromatherapy. He's still asleep and he's staying in, trying to wake up, I suppose. He wants to set up some entries. I can just go into Fortress. Is it Fortress? Yeah, Fortress. Because he has nothing to spin away my shit. I can set it up slowly, bit by bit. He isn't going to kill me with anything unless he wants to seed up, and in which case I Rapid Spin. He's still asleep. I'm going to start setting up my spikes, and I can just keep piling on damage. He can't really get anywhere. He is going to wake up, and he's going to go for Stealth Rocks of his own. Again, not worried. The only thing that really hits is Entei. However, Entei took a goddamn powerful Bullet Punch, so I might want to be wary of the rocks. And I do go for a Rapid Spin as he goes Leech Seed. The Iron Barbs, and he has Rocky Helmet as well, which means that getting entries up is huge, because if I just go into Vileplume, he can't touch me. So he's going to keep trying to go for Elite Seed, which is a good play on his part, because if I keep Rapid Spinning, eventually I'm going to die regardless. But I think for Pharaoh, especially as his team looks incredibly hinged around it, I think that's a massive gamble having the Rocky Helmet. That's me. I don't know. I just think relying on Leech Seeder's recovery is kind of shaky at the best at times. Anyway, I think I got all my spikes up there, so I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into Entei since no rocks has been set up, and he's going to go for his own layer of spikes, which is fine, I don't think I have any Levitators or Flyers on this team. I honestly don't remember anymore. But I obviously threaten him out at this point, but I can actually go for a Wisp or Fire Fang, depending on what I feel like. And he's going to bring in Politoed. I do go for a Wisp, because without the lefties, residual damage is going to really hit him hard. So that was my play. But I'm not exactly going to sit here, am I? So I'm going to go into Vileplume again, because I can just Giga Drain him out, or I can Sleep Powder as he switches. He does get paralyzed again, which is a bit unfair, I'm not going to lie. Because if he has Ice Beam, which I still assume he does, he could have gone for it. But now I can just go for a Giga Drain, and I am going to take out the Politoed. So, well, hey! Vileplume, once again, best special wall ever. People who don't think it's the best special wall ever can jog on, quite frankly. God, it's brilliant. In every way. However, he's going to go into Toxicroak, and I reckon Entei could sponge this really well. If I get a Wisp on it, it's really bones. So, yeah, Entei, bring it in. I believe he's, what is he? Is he SD? No, well, he goes for an Ice Punch. And since Politoed's dead, he has nothing he really wants to bring into a Wisp, especially as he's going to be getting tons of, you know, damage from the spikes and crap. So I would assume he'd want to switch out to not get it Wisp. Yeah, he's going to switch out. He's going to go into Ment. Why would you go into a Ment? Oh, as I Wisp burn the Ment. Does he? Ah, he had Lomberry. I remember this battle now, yeah. I wasn't paying attention, and I immediately assumed that the Ments didn't have Lomberry. I wasn't looking. He goes for a Rock Slide. His Ment set is awesome, by the way. It's, I think it's, what, Outrage, DD, Rock Slide, and Dragon Tail, which threw me for a loop, I'll tell you that. Because it DC'd before, and his Ments got, like, I don't know, I just kept roaring it out and shit, so. Either way, I'm going to go into Starmie now, because Scarf Starmie will wreck this thing. He's going to go for another Rock Slide. It actually does quite a lot, which shows that he has a hell of a lot of attack investment, but Entei took the first one quite well. Either way, I go for an Ice Beam now, hit the Ments, which gets rid of it completely. If he wants to bring in Jolteon, which I believe he does, gonna be in Jolteon, I'm scarfed, However, I'm not entirely confident Ice Beam will kill, because I am timid, as opposed to modest, and Jolteon isn't that weak. It is quite weak, but it ain't that weak. Anyway, I'm gonna go into Landorus. He goes for a Volt Switch. Since I haven't been able to see if he's life orbed or not, I don't know what he's packing, but I figure Landorus to be okay, and if he kills me, I just go into Starmie. However, I am going to switch out, just in case he does go for the Hidden Power Ice, and he actually does go for it, so thank God! Whew! I was tempted to go for a Rock Polish there, but I didn't. I bring in Starmie, and I Hydro Pump, and lol, you're dead. Ah, Scarf Timid Starmie. It's really good. It's kind of well, I don't know what the standard for Starmie is, but it's really freaking brilliant. Anyway, he's going to bring in Pharaoh again, and I'm not entirely sure if I can switch back in due to spikes, but I'm not really that concerned at the moment. I can go into Fortress, I can Rapid Spin until I die at this point. He's going to go for a Power Whip. Fortress just doesn't care. He's so good. Crustle's better, but Fortress is good in its own right, I'll give it that. Someone actually had the nerve to try and tell me Fortress was Ubers. I'm like, yeah, bugger off. You've seen, you know, Groudon, Ho-Oh, Reshiram in there? Yeah. It's good, but it ain't that good. Anyway, he's going to go into Toxicroak again, which perplexed me slightly, because I can Gyro Ball this thing, and I'm going to consistently break its sub unless it's a Bulk Up one, which I don't believe it is. I believe it's actually SD. However, I am going to switch out. I am going to go into Landorus, because I know the only priority it can get is A, Sucker Punch, or B, Vacuum Wave. And since there, he didn't go for a Bulk Up or an SD, I know I can take a Sucker Punch unless he wants to land a crit. So I'm just going to go for an EQ. He's going to switch out. He's going to go into Ferrothorn. And, yeah. Landorus doesn't care, bro. Landorus doesn't care. You can go into your shitty, spiky ball of shit all you want. But, yeah. Landorus will just loll on its face. So, that's looking pretty definitive right there. He's going to bring in Toxicroak. I am going to EQ it, and I don't believe he has anything else. He's going to go for a Fake Out, so if he had Sucker Punch, it might have been okay, but he didn't, so oh well. Anyway, that is good game, Blish. I hope you all enjoyed the battle, and I really need to get back into my narrating groove. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Peace.